Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you all hear me down at the back? Yes, okay, good. So, a very warm welcome to this evening's LAMBSMEDIA live player interviews. Tonight we're going to be joined by two of the first team players. The first, who I'm going to be speaking to, is Steph Morley. Good evening, Steph.
Evening, everyone.
So we're going to be asking you a few questions. The first one is, you're actually out of action at the moment. So how did that come about?
It was just an impact injury against Brackley. Just got quite a bad dead leg. Been out for nearly 3 weeks now. I think I'm training tonight anyway, so hopefully I'll be alright for this weekend.
I'm off for taking you back.
Been replaced already anyway.
So let's go back to when your football career began now. So when did it all start for you?
Probably mini soccer in Leicester. I've got a brother a year older than me. I went along with him when I was probably 5, playing mini soccer down at a Sunday league called Elston Park. If anyone's ever heard of that in Leicester. Yeah, just joined in with him, and since then, yeah, just took off from there.
So did you join an academy or?
Yeah, I was with Leicester from about the age of 8 up until 13, and after then I was offered the chance to go and play with the academy teams, training 3 times a week, 4 times a week, but I chose not to go down that route, and I stayed with my Sunday league club, Elston Park, from my dad's advice. Probably wouldn't do that now, but yeah, I went to Leicester, left there when I was 13, and then went back to play for Elston Park up until I was 16.
So where did you go from there?
At 16, I nearly signed for Tamworth when I was 16. People probably don't know, but I played for the reserves 4 or 5 times here at the LAMB when I was 16. But then it was the season when Kettering went up in upper league and Tamworth went down. It might have been the other way around. And I ended up signing full time for Kettering Town.
So, obviously you've been playing football for a number of years. What would you say your top 3 best memories are playing football?
Top 3. Probably one of my best memories personally is when I was 17. I was playing first team for Kettering when I was 16. I played 30 odd games in the Conference North when I was 16. And when I turned 17, I got asked to go to Man United on trial for a month. That's probably one of my best memories, really. Meeting Alex Ferguson, meeting all the staff. That was when Giggsy and everyone were there, so that was probably my best memory, really.
So, since you've picked up your injury, Reece Sharp has been brought into the team. Do you think he threatens your position in the team?
I wouldn't say I think he threatens my position. I think everyone, he came pre-season, he was good in pre-season, but I think he picked up a bit of an injury. But since then I think he's been to Gainsborough and Matlock. I know of him, everyone knows, he's a good player. I think he offers a lot to the team. But I think competition, there's no one else who could really play in my position this year, so I don't mind. It's competition for places, so the bigger squad we've got for this league, the better.
Okay, so just moving on from the team, we understand that you're actually taking part in a charity bike ride to raise some money for a friend. Obviously we want to help you out as much as we can there, so do you want to talk a bit more about that?
It's a lad called Jamie Sheldon. When I played for Leamington, when I was 24 up until 26, he was there then. He's a top lad. He's only 25, 26, I think he's 26 now, but this came massively out of the blue. He's a lovely lad. He was diagnosed with testicular cancer in November, so he's had the operation and the proceedings to have that removed, but it already spread apparently. So he's undergoing chemo now, he's having all the treatments now, he's in and out of hospital all the time, so I'm quite a keen cyclist anyway. I do a bit of cycling outside of football, and I thought it'd be a good way to try and raise some money for him and for the hospital that so I took the opportunity to do it, and hopefully I can raise a bit for him.
Okay, so let's move on to some more light-hearted questions now. So what's your favourite film?
Well, are we going genres or are we just...
Yeah, what's your favourite genre then?
I'd say comedies. I like probably Anchorman. It's a good film. I like Scarface is always a good one. Probably The Green Mile. Has anyone watched that?
Yeah.
Great film. Cried at that myself.
Okay. So aside from Tamworth, who's your favourite footballer?
Being a Liverpool fan all my life, I'm going to go with Stevie G from my generation of growing up. So Steven Gerrard.
So any other reason other than being a Liverpool fan?
And as a player, I think he's a complete player. You can see what he's done for Liverpool. He's a captain, role model, great player.
So that sort of links me into my next question of who do you support and why?
Liverpool, just my whole family supports them, so I've just been brought into it.
So what do you do for a living then, Steph?
It's a bit different now. Primarily I was a plumbing and heating engineer for probably the last 7 years now, but now I've gone into partnership with a builder, so we're doing more renovations and new builds and stuff now, so a general multi-skilled tradesman.
And aside from obviously football and your day job, do you have any hobbies that you like to do?
Yeah, well, before I'd done my wrist, everyone knows I've done my wrist. I used to play golf quite a lot, got my handicap quite low, got down to 12, which wasn't too bad. But apart from that, probably, I do like cycling, but now it's changed a bit. I've got a little 1-year-old, so I like spending time with my lad at the weekends.
Okay, so we'll now take a few questions from anyone who has any questions in the audience. Anyone?
Easy enough.
Any superstitions?
Not really, but my match day routine has been the same since I was at Elston Park, so since I was a kid I've always had the same breakfast, the same everything before a game.
What do you recommend for a breakfast then for a Sunday morning kick around?
Big fry.
No, that's
Big fry. Depends how many beers you've had Saturday.
no, that was last Saturday.
Any other questions? Okay.
What do you, how do you pass your time on the coach on like a long trip like Blythe or Spenning?
So if you didn't catch that on the camera, that was how do you spend your time on the coach to pass the time?
A lot of the lads at the back of the coach will be playing either cards or they're playing cards. To be fair, me, I sit down in the middle of the coach, a bit older now. Probably when I was younger I was at the back playing cards and stuff, but I like to just relax at them in the middle of the coach now.
Any other questions? Emma?
What would you do if you didn't play football?
So what would you do if you didn't play football?
Well, I'm not too far from retirement now anyway, so I've been thinking about this one. I'd probably take up golf again. I play a lot of golf, I think. I don't know. What? After football, or if I didn't play? Oh, after football.
Would you like to coach? Or?
No, I've been down the coaching route and it's not for me. Anyway.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Steph, Morley, everyone. Thank you very much for your time this evening. We're going to take about a 5-minute break and Jake will be interviewing Tom. Thank you.